Minister of Industry, Tamil Nadu, Thiru T. Thenarashu, General M.M. Naravane, Chief of Army Staff, Dr. V. Erai Anbu, Chief Secretary, Tamil Nadu, DG Krishna Swamy Natarajan, Director General, Indian Coast Guard, Lieutenant General A. Arun, GOC, Dakshin Bharat Area, 3. J.D. Patil, Director, L&T Shipbuilding, 3. P. Rabindran, Chairman, Chennai Port Trust, Armed Forces, Veterans, Flag Officers, Officers and Men of Armed Forces, Officers of Tamil Nadu State Government, Commanding Officers, Officers and the crew of Indian Coast Guard, Vigrah, staff of L&T Shipbuilding, members of electronic and print media, ladies and gentlemen, Vadakkam. It gives me immense pleasure to be present amongst all of you on the occasion of commissioning of state-of-the-art Coast Guard ship Vigrah today. The commissioning of this ship showcases significant improvement in our coastal defense capability as also our ever increasing self-reliance in the defense sector. I extend my heartiest congratulations and best wishes to all the stakeholders involved in this event. Friends, I have been told that this ship, which is about 100 meters long, is equipped with the latest technologies of the day. Be it the navigation system or communication equipment, sensors or other installed equipment, all these are going to meet the needs not only of today, but also the future for a long time to come. It will not go into much technical details about the ship, but I will definitely say a couple of things about which I am very happy. First, from its design, conception to development, the ship is completely indigenous. And second, that for the first time in the history of Indian defense, contract for not one or two, but 7 vessels have been signed with a private sector company. And more importantly, within 7 years of signing of this agreement in 2015, not only launch, but also the commissioning of all these 7 vessels has been completed today. I am also told that all these ships have been delivered ahead of schedule. I would like to congratulate L&T Patilji on this important achievement. It shows that the stream of self-reliance which had started in the country 5-6 years ago has been continuously moving forward and flourishing since then. I would like to acknowledge the significant contribution of L&T in shipbuilding for Coast Guard and Indian Navy. Despite COVID challenges, L&T had delivered every ship before schedule. This is commendable. Friends, with the inclusion of these state-of-the-art vessels, the capability of the Indian Coast Guard has increased tremendously. The journey of growth of our Indian Coast Guard, which began with a modest 5 to 7 small boats, has today grown to over 20,000 active personnel, over 150 vessels, and a fleet of over 65 aircrafts. Along with that, I have been told most of the Coast Guard platforms are indigenous, which makes the journey much more fulfilling. Friends, since its inception, in the last 40 to 50 years, the Indian Coast Guard has made its mark at the international level by playing a leading role in coastal security as well as in maritime crises and disasters. Over the years, be it the protection of our fishing community living in our coastal areas, extending assistance to Department of Customs or other similar authority, protection of our island and terminals, or scientific data collection and support, you have served the nation in many ways. Along with the increasing its capability, the Coast Guard is continuously enhancing the capability of our nation also. It is a result of this augmentation of the security capabilities that we have not suffered any terrorist accident by sea route since the 2008 Mumbai attack. Not only of our country, the Coast Guard has always been ready to extend help our neighboring countries in line with the spirit of inclusiveness. During the fire on the heavy cargo tanker New Diamond last year and the cargo ship Express Pearl this year, you have provided active and timely assistance to Sri Lanka. Had you not done this, I think the consequences would have been unimaginable. Similarly, I also recall the assistance provided to Mauritius during the oil spill from the Wakashio motor vessel, which was very commendable. I am happy to note that in the last 2 years, in cooperation with our neighboring countries, the Coast Guard has recovered goods worth more than 10,000 crore rupees while dealing with smuggling activities. Friends, as you would be aware, in the 2008 report on ocean and law of the sea, the UN Secretary General outlined 7 specific threats to maritime security. These included piracy, terrorism, illicit trafficking of arms and narcotics, human trafficking, illegal fishing, and damage to environment. All these activities are equally responsible for adversely affecting our maritime domain as they are anywhere else. Similarly, in today's interconnected world, the activities going on in any part of the world inevitably have an impact on the other parts of the world. That is, by surmounting the challenges of the coastal areas of India, you are playing an important role not only in the regional interest but also in the fulfillment of the global interests. The success of our endeavors, I believe, is your success as well as the successes of our relations with the world, international laws, our efforts to balance the ecology, and our commitments to humanity. Sagar, security and growth for all in the region. This vision, envisaged by our Honorable Prime Minister with focus on a spirit of friendship, openness, dialogue, and coexistence with the neighbors, is being realized by you with keen sense of duty as its core. Friends, today the world is changing very rapidly. Economic, political, and trade relations between countries are constantly fluctuating. Nothing can be said about the next news coming from another countries. Obviously, our country cannot remain untouched by these developments. This applies all the more to a country like ours, being a country whose interests are directly linked to the Indian Ocean. Friends, the Indian Ocean region, with more than 2/3 of the world's oil shipment take place, 1/3 of bulk cargo, and more than half of container traffic, serves as a key route in achieving the world's own interests. And as I just mentioned, today's changing world certainly impacts these areas as well. As such, we need to be vigilant at all times. Friends, changes happening around the world often become a matter of concern for us. We as a nation must keep our guards high during these times of uncertainties and upheavals around the world. However, these challenging times also give us an opportunity of which we should take an advantage. Friends, due to global security reasons, border disputes, and maritime dominance, countries around the world are moving towards modernizing and strengthening their military power. The demand for military equipment is increasing continuously. Reports suggest that in the next 1 or 2 years, that is by 2023, the expenditure on security around the world is going to reach 2.1 trillion US dollars. Most of countries do not even have this level of budget for a whole year, and it is expected to increase manifold in the next 5 years. In such a situation, today we have great scope to make full use of our capabilities, take advantages of policies, and move towards making the country an indigenous shipbuilding hub. Friends, I am happy to say that considering these possibilities, the government has already brought out such policies which helps our domestic industry, be it public or private sector entity, to become world-class players. Friends, various such reforms have been made by the government, which include simplification of the process of licensing in the defense sector, accelerating the AON and RFP processes, emphasizing on exports, encouraging private sectors, establishing defense corridors, and promulgation of the new Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020, and many more. Taking advantage of these, our countries can work towards making India a defense manufacturing hub, not only for ourselves, but for the whole world. On the 75th anniversary of independence, it should be our resolve to move forward in this direction. Friends, today as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of our independence, it is our commitment to move forward towards fulfilling the dreams of our national heroes and ancestors, the great men. And I feel very happy and proud to say that we are moving fast on the path of Swadeshi, national integration and self-reliance in defense sector, as shown by the Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Patel, and Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay. When I was told that advanced light helicopter manufactured by HL can also be operated on this ship, I found it not just as a feature of this ship, I saw that it as a symbol of how the government, Coast Guard, and public and private sector together can protect the integrity and sovereignty of the country. I believe it is the comprehensiveness and the coordination in national security which was envisioned by the founding fathers of our nation. In this way, I see the Indian Coast Guard playing its unique role. For this role, for the first time in the history of defense, Indian Coast Guard has been awarded the Defense Minister's Appreciation Letter this year. It is a matter of great happiness for you as well as for me personally. I congratulate you all again for this. Friends, the journey that started from Vikram between the Ministry of Defense, Coast Guard, and L&T has reached Vigrah today through Vijay, Veer, Varad, and Vajra. In future, the Coast Guard, with distinctive capability, will overcome all challenges and be victorious in all its endeavors. It is my belief. I wonder how many of you know this, but the word Vigraha has very beautiful interpretations in our texts. On the one hand, its meaning has been told to be free from any kind of bondage. On the other hand, it has also been interpreted to mean the specific bondage of one's duty and obligations. It has been said that Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, that is, Ram is Ram because he is bound of his dharma and maryada. It is my firm belief that the Vigraha of ours, completely free from shackles of any kind of challenges and having specific bonds of service and duties to the nation, will become a successful watchdog of the coastal borders of our country. Friends, While not saying anything more on this occasion, I once again congratulate all of you. On behalf of the government, I wish you all success in your future endeavors while assuring all kind of cooperation. Thank you to all. Jai Hind.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं मानक गुप्ता। अगर आपको हमारा ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसे लाइक और शेयर जरूर करें और हाँ, हमें सब्सक्राइब और फॉलो करना ना भूलें ताकि आप देश और दुनिया की कोई खबर मिस ना करें। तो जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ और देखते रहिए News 24।